Hello everybody and welcome to the first tutorial video on this channel. This is gonna be a create mod tutorial, and as you saw in not only the thumbnail but also the title, this will be going over how the energy system works inside of the create mod. Now for this episode we are sticking to the more simpler things, so water wheels, windmills, and you know, if we need also hand cranks. So first off, we're gonna start with the the water wheel. So first thing we're gonna do is craft andesite alloys using 2 andesite and 2 iron nuggets like this for 1 alloy. So we're just gonna grab this here, and then 2 alloys in a upward shape, as you can see here, will make 1 shaft. So now that we have the shaft, just looks like this. It's not really anything special. Now there's the large cogwheel. So for this, we're gonna go shaft in the middle and then 2 planks on either side. You can see that 1 plank will make a small cogwheel. If you have a bunch of these laying around, you can just go small cogwheel and then a plank to make a large cogwheel. Now we're nearly there. This is the large cogwheel. It only has a 1 block actual size, like hitbox, as you can see here, because even that like lines up there. But visually it fits well into a 3x3 area. Now onto making the water wheel, which is this. We need to grab our large cogwheel and our 8 slabs and just put the slabs around the cogwheel like that to get our water wheel. Now as you can see, with absolutely no water, and for this I'd recommend making the engineer's goggles, which is just this, a golden sheet, a glass of any kind, and string. So while wearing these engineer goggles, it'll show you stats and information about certain things inside of the create mod. So here, with the no movement, it produces 0 stress units. This means that connecting this to anything won't do anything. This here, without any water, is pretty much useless. However, here, if I can get on top of it, here we have one that has water going across just 1 face. And with water on 1 face, it produces 128 stress units. Now, this mechanical press produces 64 stress units, which means if we grab this, it'll work, it'll just be incredibly slow. Now, stress units of a machine, when put together, can only equal the amount this outputs. So if this is making 64, that's 128. That means you can only use... That means you can only use 2 mechanical presses here on this machine. This mechanical wheel. So this is the optimal layout here, with a bubble elevator and then just going down. So the more sides of the water wheel that's covered in either water or lava, the faster it will spin, the more stress units you get out of it. So you can see here, that with a full covered side, like with full cover, so all sides have water on them, it produces 256 stress units, making this mechanical press use 128, which means that you can have 2 of these. However, they go at a slightly faster pace. So the more stress units this is using, the faster it will go. So we can see here that this one's connected straight onto the water wheel. And then this one is connected by a shaft. To do that, you just place the water wheel, place a shaft, place that on the end. And the shaft doesn't actually use any stress units, so as you can see, it can go on for like a solid length. And then yeah, there's no actual limit to how long it can be. It'll just keep working. Now, if we go through here, we have this. So, for this, I'll put up a video tutorial on how to build a windmill, both to make it look nice and to have it be very effective. But basically, we just have sails connected to radial chassis, connected to a windmill bearing, connected to our machine. So here, we just have a small cog and a shaft on the floor, connecting into the back of the windmill bearing here. Now, with an empty hand, we can right click on this, and this will start spinning. You can see that this is producing 1,536 stress units, which is a lot. Like, even compared to this, which has a maximum of 256, we are getting an energy increase of, if I can do the math, of 6 times. A windmill of just this size is 6 times more effective than this. Now, to be fair, windmills are a lot more complicated and a lot more expensive to build. Also, this is like an entity, so it'll push you, but you can't actually interact with it. But you can see here, that's still going pretty slow, because the mechanical press is only using 12 of the stress units it has access to. So, let's go through here. This is a mess. So this is the speed of a mechanical press with 12 stress units. And this is a mechanical press with 640 stress units. As you can tell, it's a very, very big difference. Now, the way we have this working is through this, the rotation speed controller. The rotation speed controller, if I grab it up here, is very annoying to build, for it needs brass casing, which is just a brass ingot on a stripped log, but it also needs a precision mechanism, which is this whole thing, and it's not even guaranteed that you get it. However, with this, you can see a number on the side. The normal is about 16, or not. one. Alright, so the normal is about 2, which gives that as 16 stress units. However, by just using the scroll wheel, we can go this far down, which will break it, or we can go this high up, which will break it. So all machines, dependent on how much energy they're producing, will have a limit on how much speed can go through here because of this. So you can see that the actual machine is incredibly slow, but by using this, we can speed this part up, giving us the ability to do this. Now, if I grab this, and this, and then let's run back over here, let's use this. If we build this out, and then rotational speed controller, you can see that so you can see that it, what the hell? Anyway, you can see that this is 128 stress units, and if we get rid of that, we can increase it even further. Can I fit under that? I can't. We can increase it ever so slightly further, getting this up to 256. So these will work on any source of energy, whether it's water, wind, or, as will be shown in a later tutorial, steam. However, yeah, so that is the basics of the Create Mod energy system. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope it makes sense. And if you have... Did that go? Oh, Fortune 3? Fortune 4. Wow. And if you have any questions or queries, feel free to ask. Goodbye.